Hi everyone. A few days ago we were talking about acting natural on camera, and normally when I make a video I don't really feel like I act natural because I'm trying to pronunciate my words better, believe it or not. For everybody out there who can't understand what I'm saying, that's me actually trying. So we were thinking about what would make me act more natural, and one of the things that people know me for is complaining and ranting and moaning about the heat. So me and Cassandra decided to write some lists of things that we hate. This is just a small fraction of things that we hate because we basically hate everything. And we're going to pull them out the bag.
That's what bonds our friendship, our hatred of most things.
Our hatred of everything in life.
Yeah.
And we're going to pull some things out the bag, and then we're just going to go on a rant and see what happens.
Let's have a wee chat.
Hope you enjoy. What is going to come out?
Shall I pull out a big one or a small one? Because it's like one line or like 5 lines.
I don't know, just whatever you think.
People who have kids they can't pay for. Okay, this is a loaded subject. Her go.
Right, this is something people will probably attack me in the comments, right? I don't care. Attack me if you want. When somebody...
Don't attack me.
No, don't attack Cassandra. She's the innocent
I'm the
person here.
guest. Don't be mean.
When somebody can't afford to look after their own kids, in Scotland you can have 2 kids and you get money from the government. But it used to be you get paid for as many kids as you have. But even with 2 kids, right, when you get tax credits, if you can't afford to have a child, you shouldn't have one.
Mm.
There's people, like, they send their kids to school, they've got no food, they've got no lunch, do you know what I mean? And then these kids are getting bullied, and then in some of the schools they're providing them with like soap, shampoo, toothpaste.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? You can go to Poundland, and I know that some people can't afford that, but if you can't afford to give your child shampoo, conditioner, soap, toothpaste and a lunch, then you shouldn't be allowed to have them. It should be illegal.
See, this happens with one kid. It's an accident. They don't get rid of it. They don't give it away to adoption. But they know they can't take care of it. And it's a sin when it's one kid.
Aye.
But when they continuously, with blatant disregard for children's welfare, they have 8 kids.
Aye.
And they don't provide for any of them. And they're all going to school dirty.
Aye.
And the teachers are having to buy it out their own pocket.
Aye.
Like, wash them and clothe them, and it's not right.
And then they get bullied at school as well.
Yeah, that's the worst thing.
It's a sin. And also, like, I used to watch Benefits Britain. My ex used to make me watch Benefits Britain, right?
I couldn't watch
and
shit like that.
I've got nothing against people on benefits.
No.
I've been on benefits before.
So have I.
But you would see them, right, and they would be skint. They would literally be like, I've no money to put in the meter, I've no money for the heating, I've no money for the gas and the electricity. And then they're sitting going, oh, we're going to have a baby. They're actually planning this.
They're planning it.
It's not an accident. They're sitting there with no gas and electricity. They've got no food. They can't feed their cat. And then they're like, oh, we'll have a baby.
I think I can't even get a dog because I don't want to not be able to afford it when I'm not every month I'm able to pay my bills on time. Do you know what I mean? I want to be financially secure before I have a dog. And they're talking about a human being.
Aye.
And I would put my dog before myself. So.
And then you get people who have kids for the tax credits, or you get lassies who have babies and then they think, oh, the guy will pay child support. And the guy's got absolutely no say in it whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? And it's not fair.
No, I don't think it's fair.
Let me know in the comment section what you think. You probably say I'm discriminating, but do you know what? I don't care. Discriminate away.
I'll
That's
show you.
me.
You pick.
Oh, a pick. How exciting. Discrimination.
We're picking all the
Discriminate away, okay. Now I've just picked out discrimination. Right. Discrimination as in like racism, sexism.
Sectarianism.
Aye.
Just discriminating on behalf of religion, race or sex, gender.
Like, I don't really know a lot of racist people, right? Where we live, it's mostly white people that live here, isn't
I
it?
do think we know a lot of homophobic people. Not as many young people, but older people in Scotland I think can be quite homophobic.
I don't really know a lot of homophobic people.
A lot. I don't see them anymore. But when my gran was alive, she would have relatives, so in a way they're related to me, but I only saw them a couple of times. And they would say things like, oh, I don't have anything against gays, but you know, it's just not right.
Aye.
So clearly you do have a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
And they would say it on behalf of their religion, but they don't even go to church.
Aye.
And they're not Christian, and they don't do nice things. They just take all the negativity
Aye.
that's been brought into their life by Christianity, but they don't even practice. So
Aye.
they have a problem about gays, not because of God says, but just because they don't like them. And because they think it's otherly and not the same as them.
Aye.
And I think that's shit.
Like, one thing that we were talking about earlier is people who discriminate against Scottish people. So in the comments of my videos, I get people saying, learn how to speak English. And I'm speaking English, I've just got an accent, but everybody's got an accent.
And
Do
you,
you know what I mean?
and a friend, you've got used to working in a call centre, and English people would say, I can't understand what you're saying, speak English.
I speak English, and like, it's not my fault that you can't understand my accent. Like, I would never go into somebody's video who's Indian, and even though English is their second language, right, see if they had a really strong Indian accent and I couldn't understand them, I wouldn't say learn how to speak English, because they are speaking English, but they just have got a really strong Indian accent. And then, like, with the new Little Mermaid film coming out, and people are going nuts because she's black, what difference does it make?
I know.
Like, the only thing that really mattered to me is the fact that she had red hair, and she's got red hair. So I don't see why it makes a difference. Like, when you were saying about when it's Aladdin and that, and it's set in that country, and she's a princess,
yes,
then okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they should make it like that
films
nationality.
where their ethnicity matters to the story, and it's all about their experience. Like Tiana, they shouldn't remake that, and Aladdin and Pocahontas and Mulan. They can't really remake that with someone from another ethnicity, or like Brave, they can't even remake that. That's all about being Scottish.
Aye, and that time as well, she would have been white.
Yeah, in that part
there
of the world.
There wouldn't have been any black people, and I know that it's not always based on like real life, but when you're doing something like that, then you can see the point.
Mermaid. You can do whatever colour the fuck you want. Doesn't matter.
Like, see if she'd have been green or blue or purple or scaly, would people still be that annoyed about it? I don't think they would be. I think they'd be like, right, okay, she's a mermaid. Do you know what I mean? She can be blue and glittery. But the fact that they're going off their head because she's black, it's pathetic.
That is pathetic.
Doesn't make any sense at all. I don't get it. And then you get people who discriminate as well, like, obviously older men, like old men, they still discriminate. Well, I don't know if it's discrimination, but you know how you get old men and they're like, oh, my wife always makes my dinner and girls should act a certain way, like as if they're still living in the 1950s.
Yeah, I feel it's really subtle, because I feel like the guys don't think they're sexist. They don't think that they're saying anything wrong, but I get it a lot with taxi drivers. They'll say offhand comments just like, oh, women never have change, they always have to stop at the cash machine. It's an little thing to say, but they say women. It's not all women, we have change on us sometimes, do you know what I mean? That's just anyone.
Like, it's just people need to stop at a cash machine, but I know what you mean. And see, in work, right, I have to do a lot of heavy lifting, and I am the weakest human being, ain't I? Apart from people who literally are disabled or in a coma, I can't lift anything, I'm so weak. But then when people come up and say, oh, that's a man's job, and I think, well, no, it's not.
Funnily enough, at our work, I felt like occasionally have to lift things out to the car for customers because we don't have delivery, and it'll just be little things like a stool. It's not even that heavy, but for an elderly lady, I feel like the guys that work there as management would ask anyone, they'll say, Cassandra, can you go take that out? But the women will say, oh, is there no one in? There's no guys in. They want a guy to lift it.
Aye.
But the guys didn't care, and they would ask you no matter what sex you were.
Like, if I've got something that I can take outside for a customer, I take it outside for a customer. But see if it's like even a mirror or anything that I know that it's going to be too heavy for me, I wouldn't necessarily shout on a man to do it. Like, I would ask Cassandra to do it because she can lift everything. Do you know what I mean? But like, I hate it when people say, oh, that's a man's job. Like, I wanted to be an embalmer, and when I phoned up to find out about it, the guy on the phone says, oh, well, it's really only men that do it. And
that's
I'm
only
like,
in his experience, it's not a man's job.
Aye, that doesn't mean to say that I can't be an embalmer because I'm not a man.
So is gynecology a women's job?
Well,
Because men work in that, but you could say, well, that should only be a woman's
it
job.
should only be a woman.
But
I know.
it's
Or
not
like
true.
a midwife can only be a woman, or a nurse can only be a woman, or an air hostess
So only
can only
female
be a
doctors
woman.
can look at female patients and only male doctors can look at male
Aye.
patients. That's stupid.
Discrimination.
What about being an embalmer as innately male?
I don't know.
Haven't there been religious sects of women throughout history that have prepared dead bodies?
Not in this country.
Not in this country. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making that up.
I don't know, but it's just like, understand that technically, right, men might be more known to do a job like a firefighter or whatever, and I get that it's hard to lift a person out of fire, but that doesn't mean to say that only men can do it. There is women out there who would be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to do it, but I'm weak. Do you know what I mean?
There are physical attributes you need to be a firefighter. If you're a woman, you need to be pretty strong.
I'm not saying that I don't discriminate against anybody. I don't discriminate against people like non-binary or anything like that. No, like I don't go, oh, that's not a thing. Like,
No.
If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel.
If I learned something new that I didn't know, I've never had someone be offended by my ignorance. Maybe I've not encountered many people that I don't know about, but I would just be like, oh, sorry, please explain to me. I don't know what that is.
Aye.
Or, oh, thanks for explaining to me. Because I don't know.
But I do discriminate against people who make decisions. Like, we have a lot of junkies where we live, right? And I used to work in a place and I had to deal with junkies quite a lot. And when somebody came in and they told you their situation, and it was like they made the choices in their life that got them where they were, and not because anything bad happened to them, and not because they were forced into it. And I don't judge people who take drugs or anything like that, but once they get to a certain stage, I think to myself, well, what did you think was going to happen? Do you know what I mean? Like, we all do things knowing that it could go wrong, so I don't feel sorry for you. And then when people obviously don't have money, and then they have wains, like they have kids and they've chose to have that child, it's not been an accident, even though there's free birth control where we live. Birth control is free, there's no need to make excuses. I discriminate against people like that. But I don't discriminate against people for the colour of their skin or anything like that. And I don't mind people being religious as long as they don't preach to me. Because if somebody's got to come up to me and preach to me, then I'll be like, then I'll kind of discriminate, because I think, why should I have to believe what you believe?
Yeah, like,
I don't really think it's discrimination. I think it's just like, leave me alone. I just want left alone.
I know you're talking about people just in your life, like a person talking to you and bringing it up.
Aye.
But in town, you know, when you get those little sort of setups where
Aye.
they're preaching Christianity, I don't mind them, I don't think anything about them. They just are smiling and standing with leaflets. But the ones that with a microphone,
Aye.
you get that lot in Birmingham with a microphone and yelling at you. Yeah, I don't like them.
Like, and you get in Glasgow, I was in one day when it was Glasgow Pride, and then there's this same preacher who's always standing, and he was preaching about like how being gay is a sin and all that. And it's like, do you know what? You might think that being gay is a sin, and that's fine to think that if you want, but don't stand, especially on Pride Day. The fact that he got a licence for that was ridiculous.
It's horrible.
Do you know what I mean? People are there and they're being positive and they're having a good time, and then you've got this guy with a microphone telling them that they're all going to go to hell.
I know.
Just because he thinks you're going to go to hell.
The
He's
hell
going to
with
hell.
I'll catch up with him.
Next.
Now.
So as I mentioned earlier, Cassandra and I are famous for ranting, and we actually went on a rant for about 2 hours, and I didn't feel like making this video 2 hours long. I'll be adding more rant and unpopular opinion videos with Cassandra and other friends. As those videos are added, I'll leave the links in the description box below. Let us know in the comments section if you agree or disagree with what's been said. Also, let us know other subjects that you would like us to talk about in future. If you have any interest whatsoever in seeing those videos, don't forget to hit the notification bell. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Bye!